Okay, we're going to begin lesson 7, which is well into this. 10 or more videos. We're on our 10th video. We're finally getting started cutting some metal. It's important you remember all those prerequisites. They all build up on each other to get to this point. If you miss any of those steps or don't line your jig up right or don't have things oiled, you're going to have bad results. Up to this point, everything is ready to go. I've got oil. It's going to be loud to start with. The amount of down pressure you want is really hard to measure. I guess I could put it on a Newton meter and see what it comes out to. I probably push down about a pound of foot-pound of force, which is whatever it takes for you to push down a pound. If you're pushing too hard, you're going to bend your pole. If you're not pushing hard enough, you're not going to be taking much stock off. It's going to take a lot longer. If you're pushing too hard, you can mess up a natural stone. You can chew out your diamonds. If you're not pushing hard enough, it takes longer. Main thing, don't bend that pole. If you ever bend your pole, you're going to have a problem because you can never get these poles perfectly straight again. And each of your stones has a different pole. As you can see, if I bend this pole and it's not quite perfectly straight like this pole, when I go to switch stones and go to a new stone, this stone is going to have a different angle from 25 degrees than this one. This one's assuming 25 degrees based on a perfectly straight pole. So you can see I could have a nice 25-degree facet with a bent pole. Put in a new pole, it's not going to be 25, it could be 27, it could be 23, it's going to be a whole new facet, which would not be good. Make sure you keep a straight pole, take care of your poles. If you bend one, just order another one, throw it away. You're never going to be able to get it perfect again. Don't even bother trying. So main thing, take care of your pole. Here we go. I'm going to start up against the serration. I'm going to do one pass. I'm not going to be talking when I run a pass, so you can kind of hear what it sounds like. I'm going to come back to the end of the pass and we'll talk some. Okay, we did one pass on this side. You can't really see a lot of stock coming off yet. Well, I can, but we're going to flip. We're going to do another pass on this side, 25 degrees. Okay, that was one pass each side, 25 degrees. Several things you'll notice, if you can kind of see in the camera, the effluent coming out here, this oil, you can see metal flakes in it. Those metal flakes are supposed to be there. We're taking stock off of the knife, so you'll always see some metal flakes. The stone, you can't see any metal flakes in that. The purpose of the oil is to pull the metal out of the stone, let it sit on the knife, keep it from jamming into your stone. The other piece, the same thing. You see a little bit of metal flakes in there. Notice if I do a backside and front side, I go to the backside. I always alternate. You finish here, you start there. Finish, start. Like I said, be consistent both directions. Still have plenty of oil on my stone. Sometimes you'll feel the stone getting warm. That's totally normal. That's friction. You're cutting down metal. Nothing to be concerned about. Again, it's hard to tell by the sound of the stone cutting across this particular thickness of metal how much pressure I'm using. It's a matter of personal preference. Down force, about a pound, maybe a pound or two, whatever it takes for you to push down a pound. Later on, you can use a bit more pressure or less pressure. This is 440 stainless. Mild steel is much softer. 440C stainless is a little bit harder, more carbon. 304, 308 stainless steel, 318 chromoly. There's a lot of different metals. We can discuss more advanced classes later. Use different pressure and they take off different stock each time. We only just did one pass out to the end and one pass back. Just for the purpose of this, we're going very slowly so I can explain all my steps. I just wiped off my stone on my rag. I'm going to wipe off the edge of the knife here. See what it looks like. Can't really see a whole lot of difference right now. I can see I don't know if you can see on the camera. I can see the pass I just took where it comes all the way down. I can see where the stone took off some stock. It doesn't look like a level line because the original line that they did in the factory is not a good facet at all. So my flat facet is a low spot here and a high spot there. That's on that side. On this side, looks half consistent down to the end and right here. What you're going to need to do is do these passes back and forth. On a thick blade like this, it's going to take several passes to come through. We'll start those passes on the next video, but you just saw one pass out and back. Some knives may take 10, 15, 30 passes depending on the quality of your stone, the hardness, type of metal, if you're using proper oil, thickness of the knife. Several things affect how many passes you do.